Okay, let me start with a question. When's the last time you saw a musical about a 1977 disability rights protest? Because Boulder County's theater scene right now is throwing some wildly unexpected punches. There's a show called 504 the musical about a sit-in that lasted 28 days in San Francisco. Think about that, a musical tackling disability activism? In 2023? That's not just theater, that's cultural commentary wearing a glittery cape. And Family Theater's doing it, a company that casts performers with disabilities. The irony? The original 504 protesters were literally fighting for access to spaces like theaters. Now they are center stage. If that doesn't make you rethink what entertainment can do, I don't know what would. But wait, there's also Beetlejuice and Spamalot. Let's unpack that. On the surface, these feel like cash grabs, right? Taking pop culture IPs and musicalizing them. But here's what's fascinating, Beetlejuice is a Tim Burton classic about a misfit ghost, while Spamalot mocks medieval heroism. Both are absurd, campy, and unapologetically chaotic. And Boulder's audiences are buying tickets for both. That contrast? It's like the theater community's saying, we'll stage your protest musicals and your haunted house comedies. There's something beautifully chaotic about that coexistence. Art imitating life's contradictions? Now let's talk about the smaller productions. Witch by Boulder Ensemble Theater, a new play about Satan recruiting souls in a village. The devil's a classic trope, but here's the twist, it's playing at the Dairy Arts Center, which has this intimate, almost claustrophobic vibe. That proximity? It could turn a simple story into a visceral experience. Same with Feet Celestial, where you eat while watching performers. The catamounts are literally blurring the line between audience and spectacle. Food as part of the narrative? That's not just immersive theater, it's a sensory experiment. And $110 for a ticket? They're betting people want more than passive observation. What's really happening here is a microcosm of theater's evolution. You've got historical activism, 504, nostalgia bait, Beetlejuice, experimental formats, feed, and community-driven classics, Brigadoon at Jester's Dinner Theater. But here's my theory, Boulder's theater scene is trying to be everything to everyone on purpose. It's a survival strategy. In an era where streaming eats attention spans, live performance has to offer experiences, not just stories. That's why there's a kids' version of Little Women and a Shakespearean comedy in a park in Lyons. They are casting a net wide enough to catch both Gen Z and baby boomers. One thing I keep coming back to, why are these specific shows getting attention now? 504 feels urgent, disability rights are still debated, healthcare access is a daily struggle. Which taps into our obsession with dark, morally grey narratives, see, Wicked, The Witcher, etc. Even Spamalot's irreverent humor seems like a pressure valve for a world that feels overwhelmingly serious. Theater isn't just reflecting culture, it's curating an emotional escape route. Here's my hot take, the real story here isn't the plays themselves. It's the venues. Denver Center's big stages versus the Dairy's black box versus a park in Lyons. Each space shapes the message. A protest musical in a mainstream theater? That's a radical act. A Shakespeare play in a park where you can bring your dog. That's democratizing art. And in a theater in Longmont? It's making theater convenient. The future of live performance might not be in grandeur, but in adaptability. So here's my challenge to you, next time you scroll past a theater ad, ask, what's the real story being told here? Is it just songs and costumes, or is there a subtext about who we are right now? Because Boulder's stages are clearly screaming something. The question is, are we listening?